hard night ago, precisely her Independence Day, completing her 75 years of independence. A day earlier, its Independence Day. Not yet. Who, having cancelled other tours, came to India shortly after being elected to the highest office of his country, of his nation, and indeed one of the most leading powers of the world of his day, even one of the two superpowers of that age. I'm referring none other than late gentleman who valued the true significance of democracy, independence, and above all, much more readily, much more vividly than many of his predecessors. 1979, Nepal invaded Afghanistan. And the tragedy continued, killing individuals, innocent people of Afghanistan by the occupying power. It was indeed Mikhail Gorbachev. Thanks to his efforts, conception, and comprehension of true humanity, enabled Afghanistan, but also various other countries, including the ones in Eastern Europe, to wake up on a day of a new sunrise. A new day of hope, a new moment of positive and indeed hopeful assurances. Mikhail Gorbachev taught the world that it was possible, and I believe it is still possible if we believe in his legacy, to free ourselves from the chains of some kind of or some type of vacant pride imprisons us into small cells. In those days, Soviet Union being the largest state of the world, no doubt a very powerful one, was able to elect a man who knew it by facing the surface of humanity is most certain and most certain. Perhaps, I may be wrong, he appreciated the fact that humanity is greater than possession, that the power of love, even for the mankind, or even the love of possession. I returned to my own country, India, until June of the Gregorian year 1997, having spent, even though very briefly, And on my way back, I was traveling with a friend of mine through the former German Democratic Republic, also known in Germany in those days as DDR or GDR by its initial, or even more popularly as I saw the dreams of the people in East Germany. Much greater was my pain when I to stand in front of the old Reichstag, or I should say beside or behind it, and saw the crosses to cross over from East Germany to the west, and were shot dead by the guards of the former German Democratic Republic. Threw away my joy of visiting the city within a fraction of happiest persons to witness the reunification of the two German states. Indeed, thanks to late General Secretary and President Mikhail Gorbachev, but most certainly also thanks to Ronald Reagan, the President of the United States of America, who persuaded his counterparts, even, say, the political figure, late Prime Minister, later known as Lady Margaret Thatcher. Much of the thanks is also owed to the late Sir Julian Bullard, who played a key role. And I knew this, and I know it today because I had the great joy, the pleasure, and indeed the honor of interacting during my stay at Bonn. But President Gorbachev's death should not be a path to pursue and enhance humanity. He enabled many countries to reunite into a circle of friendship, enabling them later to join the European Union. Today, our neighboring country, Pakistan, has been severely battered by natural calamities, causing deaths. More than 1,000 individuals, affecting more than some 3 million people, if not wrong, many of whom had to flee from their homes and houses by masses of water surrounding them. India derived its name, or I should say her name, in the old form of English, coming into existence between some 3,000 and 2,500 BC. But India has become India, benefiting its people, its history, civilization. Today, this Indus Valley is so severe in India, coming from a family of freedom fighters. Crave leave to join my voice with those And we, as the fellow citizens of the global citizens who are affected today even by natural calamities, natural catastrophes, are called upon to come forward and render genuine help based on pure humanity. As I began, hardly Pakistan is so severely affected by unusual. The ancestors of today, Pakistanis, and the ancestors of mine or ours, Indians, lived in one country, India, for thousands of years, even maintaining. If we turn our back towards our brothers affected by natural calamities and catastrophes, we do not merely deny humanity from Indus Valley civilization. I most humbly beg my fellows in trying to help those victims against the innocent. Do not venture to advocate wars against us who are too poor, too helpless today. Come forward and help the victims, putting aside feuds and enmities, at least for the time being, and bidding you the protection and the blessing of the same Almighty God, our Creator, who created all of us, even the victims, even the global leaders who taught us true humanity.